Have you ever had one of those dreams where you're almost awake, but you're still asleep, but you're still dreaming? And you wake up, and that dream you're having seems so realistic that you think this is really happening. But it's so far fetched, so far out there, there's no way that it can be real. But still, you really believe that it's real. That feeling is happening to me now. It's happening to me now, just being awake and living day to day. 2 years ago, this time of year, this is between Thanksgiving and Christmas. 2 years ago, I was a self dispatched owner operator. I started having some trouble with the way my truck was running. Everything was pointing towards bad injectors. I had had this truck to the shop over and over and over, just repeatedly. It was just, it, it had turned into a maintenance nightmare. And the people that I was talking to, everybody that I was describing these symptoms to, said that it had to be your injectors, or had to be my injectors. So I couldn't believe that because I had just had the injectors changed this time of year 3 years ago. And I said, how can injectors go bad in 1 year? Almost to the day. I called the company that I was working for. They had been telling us in our monthly Zoom meeting they were building a shop. Wait, wait, wait on any major repairs. We will take care of you. We will give you the best deal, the best rate that you can imagine. We do all types of repairs, any type of repair that you want done. And I called this shop that was attached to the trucking company that I work for, leased onto, and no one would answer the phone. And I kept calling and calling. I thought maybe I have the wrong number. So I called the office. No, you have the right number. They're probably just busy. And I said, with what? They were saying that if we need something, just to call. Right. They're probably busy, though. So I called again. Finally, about the 15th or 20th call, they answered. And I got a totally different story than I was getting from the owner of the company. We've been swamped for 2 months now. We're working as they're building the building, we're working in the parking lot. And we've already changed 2 engines. One of the trucks is getting an engine and a transmission. And we still have it tore apart, the second truck. And we're waiting on parts and the transmission and all for it. We're booked up. We're not going to be able to get to you. My truck was down and out. It was right before Christmas. And I had just about had it as an owner operator. Dumped thousands of dollars into this truck. Rates were crap. Right in the height of the Biden disaster administration. And I got on YouTube and I knew about this guy before, but I found a video by this guy, Adept Ape. Excellent, excellent cat mechanic. And he was showing on the video how to change injectors. I said, hey, That's for me right there. Started looking at it, and he assured me in the video, it's not that bad, just go for it. I don't have any formal mechanical training. Never cracked an engine open, especially a diesel engine. And I went for it. When I got done, the term run like a cat was the definition of what I accomplished. That truck was running so smooth. I was in that dream world again. This can't be happening to me. I went from down and out to absolute perfection. Took off the next day, the truck broke down. No joke. Broke down. To make a long story short, a few months later, I wasn't an owner-operator. I was down and out. I didn't have anything going for me. Went back to being a company driver. 1 year ago, this time of the year, I started this channel. This is my 1 year anniversary of trucking and politics. This is my 1 year anniversary. Surreal. It is just, the year has just flown by. I can't imagine all that I have accomplished here. I can't imagine the people that I have met from this channel. I can't imagine your support you have given me. Again, I'm having that surreal dream world situation. And I appreciate everyone so much. I'm going to do a couple of thanks videos here, probably between now and the end of the year, just to finalize this out. And I have got a major announcement to Trucking and Politics. So stick around for that. That will be coming up shortly. Then today happened. Today is another one of those surreal days. Woke up this morning, went to start my truck up. It had been raining the night before when I parked. I had my windshield wipers on. Soon as I hit the key, I heard something snap like it broke and heard this screech sound. And I was looking around. It sounded like it came from inside the cab of the truck. And I thought, what in the crap is going on? I happened to look up. I saw something go by my windshield. I looked up, and it was my wiper arm for the wiper, but there was no blade on it. I had just had those wiper blades replaced last week. I wrote it up. It was the dumbest thing ever. I asked how to get wiper blades for the truck, and they said, you write it up. And I said, for wiper blades. And they said, yep. And I said, okay, I'll write it up for wiper blades. That's what I did. They put wiper blades on the truck. This week, the wiper blade broke off. So I did what any normal trucker would do, in my opinion. I called the shop and said, or I didn't call them, I texted the dispatch. And I said, my wiper arm's broke, so I'm going to head over to the truck stop, see if they got a windshield wiper blade, and I'm going to throw it on. Nope, don't do that. That was the response. Don't do that. And I thought, why not do that? Well, because this truck doesn't belong to this trucking company. This is a Penske rental truck. And they said, we're not allowed to touch the truck. We're not allowed to do anything. No clearance lights, no headlights, no type of repair. because they have to have a work order with any repair, and they will not reimburse us for anything we do anyway. So call Breakdown. No joke. I was on the phone this morning calling Breakdown over a freaking windshield wiper blade. Do you see where this is going with this surreal, half awake, half asleep dream world that I'm living in? Yeah. So I called. I'll put a video up here. This was the extent of my repair this morning. Yep, that's all it was. That was the repair. So even the mechanic, the road service mechanic, couldn't believe this story. I told him what was happening, and he said, well, why didn't you just go in and buy the wiper blade anyway? I mean, and then I was standing there like a dunce thinking, I'm smarter than this. Why didn't I just do that? I don't really care. It might have cost $20 or something, but why didn't I just do that? This dream surreal world that I have been staying in. So, anyway, I feel like all of this stuff is pointing me in a direction of how should I say it? It's pointing me in a direction of you don't need to be doing what you're doing now. You need to be doing something else. That's what it feels like to me. That is the sign that I'm getting is you don't need to be here. You don't need to be doing what you're doing. You're smarter than this. You're just stuck in this dream. And you need to wake up and you need to get out of it. Do you guys like horror movies? Do you like horror movies or reading horror novels? I do. And I remember an old one from a really long time ago. I haven't seen the movie in years, but it was called In the Mouth of Madness. It was an old John Carpenter movie about a guy that went to go find an author of horror novels that had disappeared. And when he gets to this place, he's doing just like what I'm doing, but just like 100,000 times worse. He starts having these crazy psycho visions and everything. And I'm not stuck in a horror novel here. I'm not stuck in that kind of thing. It's just, it feels like it's a sign that change needs to come. Does that make sense? Change needs to come. It's like something is pushing me saying, you know, whenever times got hard in the past for you, you got up and you did what needed to be done. The way it is now, living the world that I'm living in, it feels like you sit there and you do what we tell you to do and turn your brain off. And I feel like the longer I sit here in this, the more accustomed I'm going to be to being like this. And that's not me. And that's not what I am. And that's not what I'm about. I am about doing what needs to be done. And I've never been a person that feels sorry or depressed for myself or having pity on myself. I don't. If I get down, I get down a little bit, and then it just like bumps, and it just shoots my determination up. You know, it's like a kick me, knock me down, and I'm going to get right back up type of attitude. That's the way that I've always been. That's the way I've worked. You know, I don't see staying down as an option. And that's how I feel, is not that my world is down. I don't mean it like that. Everything's going good. You know, everything's going good. It's just I want more. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? I don't want to just be complacent to where I'm just sitting and letting everything be done for me, or call breakdown over a freaking windshield wiper. I'm the type of person that you just get up and you do it. And if that's not good enough, then you do it again. I feel like for the last 2 years, besides what I've done here on YouTube, for the last 2 years, I have just been setting and being complacent. Since this is my 1 year anniversary on YouTube, I've really been thinking about it a lot. I've really been thinking about all of this quite a bit. I've been thinking about me doing the videos on the stocks and doing budgeting and getting away from the core of trucking and politics, of just sitting here being a company driver, knowing that I have the ability and I have the strength and I have the determination and I have the will and all of these things to do better. I just don't. The thing is, I know me. If I wanted to break out of this surreal world that I'm in, this complacent world that I'm in, I know I can break out of it. It just takes determination. And like I said, I'm not doing bad. I mean, this job is good. I get home every weekend. I get paid good. It's got excellent benefits. But I know I can do better. And not only can I do better here with work and what I'm doing around work, I can do better on YouTube too. I just need to get out of being complacent. I just need to try harder. That's my big announcement. And I'm going to hold you and I'm going to make you wait on that, because I'm not ready to make that announcement just yet. But it's coming. And I've already been psyching myself up for it. I'm ready for more. I'm ready for a challenge. I want to leave you with a little video here today of me going over the bridge at Cairo, Illinois, going over the Ohio Bridge out of Illinois into Kentucky. I remember the first time I went over that bridge, it had the metal bottom, and you could see through the metal and you could see the water underneath. And it was just the scariest thing ever to go across there in a big truck, and I wasn't confident. Today, went right over the top of it like it wasn't anything at all. That's the difference between being unsure and being confident. If I can do it, you can do it. That's going to be my message for something else that's coming up. Wonder what that will be. Anyway, you guys, as always, Be safe out there. Take care of yourself. Look out for one another. And we will catch you on the next one.